Video problem 36, molecular formulas. So now we're going to go from empirical formula, which is the lowest whole number ratio, we're going to go to molecular formula. Okay, now in order to do that, they have to give us some information about the molecule. All right, so and you'll see that when we look at the problem here. So melamine, which is used to make plastic items such as dishes and toys, contains 28.5%, 0.57% carbon, 4.80% hydrogen, and 66.64% nitrogen. If the experimental molar mass is 125 grams, what is the molecular formula of melamine? Now, this 125 grams, that's the information about the molecular formula. Again, they have to give you something about the molecular formula. In this case, they've given us the molar mass of the molecular formula. All right? So let's see how we do this. Well, first, what we have to do is eventually, I should say, we have to compare the empirical formula to the molecular formula. Okay, so what we're going to do eventually is we're going to take the molar mass of the molecular formula, we're going to divide by the molar mass of the empirical formula. Okay, just like in the notes. So we're going to take 28.57% carbon, 4.80% hydrogen, and 66.64% nitrogen. Assume that we have 100 grams. This should be nitrogen, sorry. 1 mole for every 12.01 grams. I get 2.379. That's moles, and that's carbon. So 1 mole for every 1.008 grams. So I get 4.7619. That's moles of hydrogen, and then let's see, 1 mole for every 14.01 grams. So I get a value of 4.756. Okay, that's moles of nitrogen. Now I'm going to divide by the smallest, which in this case is 2.379. And I'm going to sort of curve it here. So that gives me 1 carbon. How many hydrogens? Let's see, 4.7619. That value. I'm using the actual values from my calculator, by the way. And I get 2, and that's hydrogen. And then this is going to be about 2 as well. I might as well just call it 2. But let's go ahead and calculate it just to be careful. Yeah, so 1.999, which rounds up to 2. So that's 2 nitrogen. So what's the empirical formula? The empirical formula is CH2N2. Right? So now what we have to do is we have to compare how much this weighs to how much we know the molecule weighs. So we know the molecule weighs 125 grams. Right? That's how much the molecule weighs. So what is this going to weigh? Well, the molar mass of CH2N2, carbon is 12.01. You got the 2 hydrogens, which are each 1.008, so that's 2.016. You get the 2 nitrogens, which is each one is 14.01, so that's 28.02. So let's add all that up. So we get a value of 42.046. That's grams per mole. So let's see, 125 divided by this value, 42.046. What do we get? So I get 2.97. That's close enough to 3. So that means that I need to take CH2N2 and multiply by 3. Because what's it's saying is the empirical formula goes into the molecular formula 3 times. So it's going to give me C3H6N6. So there's empirical versus molecular formula.